what you're gonna do is when you get your chicken breasts, they're gonna be fat, so trim off the fat and then like a small portion of the chicken tender. It's usually on this side right here, so it's a little bit thinner, skinnier. And then butterfly them so they cook evenly, so they look like that. Nice and golden brown, give them a good flip. Just about done. Okay, so always do the chicken first, and you do that first. As soon as the chickens get done, get your pasta going. Pasta doesn't take too long, and then for your second meal, you're getting the little baby potatoes going, which are these ones right here. That's gonna go with the steak. So while all that's going, you get your potatoes, pasta, chicken, your cut chicken breasts. I'm done. I'm just gonna cut them in half, and then we throw them into there. So while that's going, you come over to here. I'm boiling the potatoes, and I'm gonna bake them with some like salt, pepper, oil, some garlic, salt, and all that, and butter. For asparagus, salt, pepper, and butter. That should be fine. That's gonna go with all of them. So after your chicken breasts are done, we're gonna put them onto a baking sheet, and then we're gonna get some cheese. Hold up. So after your chicken breast is done, your potatoes are almost done boiling, just get them soft. Pasta's good, and you got the asparagus going. Preheat up in the 375s. That's just a good temperature I like. So once you got your chicken breast, see they're made into cutlets. So this is 1 meal, 2 meal, 3 meal, 4 meal. We're gonna get some cheese. I just have pepper jack. I don't have Parmesan or anything. So we're just gonna lay one with pepper jack on it, and then coat it with any kind of sauce. And then we're just gonna throw that in the oven for about, I don't know, let's say like 10, 15 minutes. We're waiting for the oven to preheat. My pasta's over there. I'm not sure if I said this, but butter, salt, and pepper, your asparagus, and then come over to your potatoes. You're gonna oil them. You could use any oil you want. I just have canola oil, and put some garlic salt on them. Then we're gonna bake those. Okay, so you're gonna coat your chicken once you put the cheese on right there under with like salsa, and you're gonna just throw it in there at 375 for, let's say, about 10 to 15 minutes. And then we already got those in there. Try to fit as much stuff you can in here. We got the potatoes and the asparagus. And leave the pasta out. Put some water in this so it doesn't dry out. Okay, so now we're on to the point that everything's in the oven. You got the chicken up there looking pretty good. I took out the asparagus and moved it around and stuff. Same thing with the potatoes, just so they, cook evenly. So now we're gonna saute some onions and some mushrooms for a little onions for the chicken. Most of that's gonna be for the steak as well as the mushrooms. So we're at that point now. Alright, so we got the steak going. This one's just seasoned with salt and pepper. That's with the black stuff. So make sure you get it right. It looks pretty good. Chicken turned out pretty good. Just gotta drain the extra sauce, but it's nice. So that's already going to the containers over there. We got the onions sauteed, and then a little bit we'll saute the mushrooms in the steak juice. This is the most important part. For every 1 cup of rice, use 1.5 cups of water. And then when you cook it, you just pour it in as soon as the water's boiling and just leave it. And then cover it, but let it like vent out. And you get little holes into it. But it's very important that you wash your rice, and for every 1 cup of rice, you need 1.5 cups of water. That'll make it not sticky. Okay, so once you got all your chicken moved to your trays, so what I did was with my pasta, I still have some left over, I just used 1 box of this. For measurements, I just used like about 2 handfuls, so just put it up under there and stuff. There, so we just got done finishing sauteing the mushrooms, all the steak's done, so we're about to throw it into those containers. Asparagus is done. I just want to get the potatoes a little bit more golden, and the water's starting to boil, so we'll go ahead and throw in our rice. Your rice is going to start looking like this, but leave it like that. If it spills over, it's fine. You just want to keep it in there. At this point, go ahead and turn down the heat from like boiled to about like 4 or 5, about that area. At this point, we got the asparagus out. We got the steak with the mushrooms and onions all lined up. And so what's next is, I'm just using 4 asparagus for each. I don't really like asparagus, but what's next is we're gonna heat up this corn and then put it in there with the asparagus, and then that's gonna be used for the potatoes, which are almost done as well. Smoke break because my back fucking hurts. So once you get your corn going, getting it heated up, cooked basically. This is what you want your rice to look like. You want those holes in it, but you're not going to stir it. You leave it on there for about 10 to 12 more minutes, and then you're going to take a fork and then fluff it. Now you're going to fry your rice with 4 eggs, for 4 servings of eggs, just until it's to your liking, I guess. Once your egg fried rice is all good, you're ready to put it in your meal thing. Come over to here. I got servings of fruit. I only got 2 containers, so I'll just come home and wash them out, as well as cottage cheese for the day. Final outcome, we got the fruit and cottage cheese. We got all the chicken meals, those are gonna be for lunch. And we got all the steak meals, and that's for dinner. Hope you have a lot of counter space, because it takes up a lot over here too. All in all, it was about, I think, $115 for all this for 8 meals, so not bad.